way to the airport.
Oh my God. Yeah.
A message to the President of the United States. The outcome of war cannot be determined by tweets.
A major escalation has erupted in the Middle East after Iranian state media confirmed the death of Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, following a coordinated military strike by the United States and Israel. The attack has triggered a wave of retaliatory strikes and the promise of unprecedented offensive operations, marking one of the most dramatic turning points in regional geopolitics in decades. On February 28, 2026, a series of coordinated U.S. and Israeli airstrikes struck strategic sites across Iran, including Khamenei's compound in Tehran. Iranian state television later confirmed his death, along with several top military officials and close family members. The joint campaign targeted Iran's nuclear, military, and command infrastructure, and is being described by Western officials as a decisive blow to Tehran's leadership structure. Former U.S. President Donald Trump publicly acknowledged Khamenei's death and framed the operation, dubbed Operation Epic Fury, as a strike against a long-standing adversary. Iran has announced 40 days of national mourning and described Khamenei as having achieved martyrdom. State media and official statements from Tehran condemned the attack as a grave violation of sovereignty and an act of aggression.
حضرت امام خامنه‌ای با نوشیدن شهد گوارای شهادت در ماه مبارک رمضان.
The Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC, has vowed the most ferocious offensive operation in its history against Israel and U.S. military bases. Officials declared that the retaliation would be unprecedented and could target multiple strategic locations across the Middle East. Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian described the attack as a great crime and pledged retribution, underscoring that Tehran sees this conflict in existential terms.
A message to the President of the United States. The outcome of war cannot be determined by tweets. The result of a war is determined in the field, the very place where you and your forces do not dare to approach, and you can only talk about it in your tweets.
In response to Khamenei's death, Iran began launching missiles and drones toward Israel and U.S. military facilities in Bahrain, Qatar, Kuwait, and the United Arab Emirates, among others. Some strikes caused civilian casualties and disrupted regional air travel and daily life. The offensive has expanded the conflict from bilateral engagement into a broader regional crisis, escalating fears of prolonged hostilities. Governments across the Gulf have issued alerts, and markets reacted sharply to concerns about stability and energy supply. China condemned the strike as a violation of Iranian sovereignty, stressing that targeted killing of a national leader undermines international norms. Russia also condemned the operation while offering limited political support, highlighting potential geopolitical rifts. The United Nations Security Council convened emergency discussions, with the UN Secretary General calling for restraint and warning that the situation risks spiraling into uncontrollable conflict. The conflict has already impacted global markets, particularly energy prices, due to fears of disruption in the Persian Gulf and the strategic Strait of Hormuz, a passage for a significant portion of the world's oil exports. Any prolonged instability could trigger further price increases and economic uncertainty globally. Analysts warn that Iran's broad military capabilities, including its ballistic missiles, drone forces, and regional proxies, make any future conflict unpredictable and potentially long-lasting. With Khamenei's death confirmed, Iran's leadership transition is now a central question. Under Iran's constitutional framework, senior officials must form a council to steer the country forward. The coming weeks are expected to be turbulent, with possible implications for domestic politics, regional alliances, and global diplomatic dynamics. The death of a leader who shaped Iranian politics for nearly 4 decades represents not only a military escalation, but a historical turning point with far-reaching consequences for the Middle East and global stability.